Juices are swelling, secrets unfurling. Come on and mix it up, let the rhythm take you. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your muds, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beat, exhale the groove. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. UK liquid mix shows stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Mixing notes like flavors flowing. UK liquid mixing shows stirring, anticipation growing. The vibe is pumping, the crowds are waiting. Sound synthesized like liquids combinating. Drop them flavors, shake them up. Grab your mods, it's time to fill up. Inhale the beats, exhale the groove. Take you. Flavors shaking, fusions in the air.
Let's get ready for the UK liquid mixing show. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Ready? Let's go. In a world of vape, where flavors collide, we gather round with mixtures we can't hide. YouTube's our stage, where the magic unfolds. Welcome to the show, where the flavors behold. Mixing and vaping are in for a ride. The clouds we create, we can't deny. From strawberry delight to a caramel dream.
I'm watching lines going up and down thinking, why at the green? Fucking muted.
Benny's a noob.
Oh, you won't think I've been doing it 5 years, would you?
No. No.
Oh
I
dear.
wouldn't.
So, welcome to the UK Liquid Mixing Show. It is a Wednesday night and it's time to talk a little bit of mixing and things. So, who you got on tonight? You've got myself, Benny Vapes. We've got our own mixing detective, which is Liam Sherlock Holmes. We've got our own mixing maestro, which is Tim Advocate for Liberty. And we've got our green goddess of mixing, which is Lady Liberty. If you are in chat, just have a look at the top. And if you're in Twat chat, swap it over to live chat and you'll keep up with everything we are doing. So that's it. I can pop everybody out. Pop out the chat. Pop out the chat. Pop out the
Birdie,
chat.
you're a jerk.
What? No, he
There we
isn't.
go.
I love
Birdie
you.
got a
but
nice
you're-
hall of flavors. Got a nice hall of flavors.
Yeah, Birdie. Muted. Muted.
Tim, you're professional. Take over from Benny.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Fucking love you too, Birdie. Fucking best Benny's sounded ever.
It was Martin that said that one.
Right, so what we'll do is we'll get Liam to go through chat.
So in chat tonight we have Birdman69.
You beautiful birdie bastard.
We have
Chocolate starfish loving.
we have Tim New Zealand. We have Ryan Ferguson, John Vaping Joker, Cloud Chucker, Leander Mangan, Frankie Jazz 24/7,
No, Frankie Jazz 24/7.
John Paul Glasgow, I'm just trying to see if there's anyone that I missed. Martin Saunders
You can forget about him. It's fine.
and a wild Rocky Tooney.
Rocky. Thank you very much. We'll say anybody who comes in, we will say hello to you as the show goes on. So if you have got any questions, you do want to know anything about mixing, you are thinking about getting a mixing, you don't know where to start, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know anything about it, or you just want help with a recipe, drop it in chat and we will get round to it. If you've seen something that's inspirational to you this week and you think, oh, I did an e-liquid, bang it in chat, we will have a look at it. So yes. So what we'll do now, yeah. So what we'll do now is we will go do a little bit of a buffet. And we'll start with Tim. Tim has been an ass.
Okay.
What
I
is
got
Because
the
smell the ass.
I got the Blaze Solo on top of the Dreamer clutch with that customized button on it, and then in that I'm actually vaping. I finally got my labels in. My Mango Sublime. Have
Nice.
it for everybody, like true pure mango, fresh mango. That's all I'm vaping because actually I've been kind of addicted to that since I.
You mean what kind of a dick?
So, yeah, that too. Yeah. I'm addicted. Yeah, don't get. You're gonna get, Hanky and freaking Birdie all worked up. You've got to be careful here. I'm gonna pass it to Liam because I like passing.
Right,
And he's in
so,
the middle of the vape.
tonight I'm vaping on something a little bit different. It's a slightly more battered Hadron 250.
Oh my god! What the heck happened to
Jesus,
that
what did
thing?
you do now?
With the steam
Hit it with a
craver
truck?
I think I just dropped it once or twice more. With steam craver Robomizer V2 on top. And in that, I am vaping on something I mixed last week. I can't remember what's in it. It's Bavarian cream. Just basically whatever random concentrates I found on my desk, I just threw in 4 that I thought would work. And it's okay. But again, I'm not tasting stuff again, so I don't know whether it's just cream fatigue. And I will pass it over to Lady.
Alrighty, I've got the nitrous on the Thelema Quest with some banana pudding with chocolate chips. That
Ooh.
Lady Liberty liquid stuff. I don't know where you can find that at all. Shut up, Tim. I got the purple Tesla with the recoil and some secret sauce. And that's it right now. Pass it to Benny.
Thank you very much. I'm on the Gua with the Eclipse on top jewel, and inside that I've got some, just trying to get rid of some stuff, which is IVG fruit twist. It's alright actually for the summery fruity flavour. It's not too bad. It's not overly cold for the change for IVG. I've also got this, which is Kuka, and inside that I've got some Drake cigar that I did from Concentrate. So we had a little message I meant to tell you, from which I need to get back to him, from a, what is
Hey,
it?
Neil.
Flavour Craver, saying thank you for the shout-outs, which was nice of him.
Awesome.
So, yeah, so if you go over there, did that. So I will talk to you afterwards, Liam. We'll talk about that.
Yep.
So, yeah, so do go over there and say hello to him and check out the original chef flavors if you are looking for some concentrates to make your own e-liquids up, because we've got some good ones over there. If you look back a few shows, we did go through them all, and you can pick some of them up and start you on your journey. Noms have got 20% off and all.
Yeah, they do. And PSA on that, Canadian Vapor, if you're watching, Flavor Craver, not the Dark Star version of it, like it has the original website. They don't have the original, so like if you want more of that nasty fried ice cream, go ahead and get some. But otherwise, go to Flavor Craver.
Yeah. If you don't get these two, so if you don't know the ins and outs, what we'll talk about, obviously Chef Flavors did go under, and they was bought. The website was bought with all the website, not the concentrates and everything. They sold everything off. Kings have got some of the concentrates, and they set up Flavor Craver on their own to do the original flavours. Bit of a bone of contention with different people because they were like, why they've done that. But anyway, by the by, that's now been handed over to some other people that are now doing Flavour Craver. So they'd actually took it over. So it's a total different entity.
Even though it's
But
been
it is
taken,
the original recipes.
yes,
Yes.
even though it's been taken over by other people, the actual recipe book, Carl's and Lewis's, were actually handed over to the new owners of Flavour Craver. So they
Yes.
do have access to all of the original chef's flavors recipes.
Yes, and if you look, they are releasing some that have been bygone ones, and bringing back. So if you have got a favourite one that you did get from, obviously in the flavour book, all of the chef's flavour ones, do go over and ask them. They might be able to put it up for you if enough people get on, or they might just make some up for you if you're there.
Yes.
Steve,
And-
you all right?
No matter what your taste, I can pretty much guarantee that you will find something there to tickle your taste buds.
Don't go to the chef's site though to get it. That's not the originals.
Yes, that's not.
If you're looking for the originals.
Yes.
Bl-
So
Blade. Oh, sorry, Betty. Well,
I was just going to say that Chef's is Dark Star. That it's the Dark Star flavors. So they
And they're totally
had the
remade
names.
recipes. They aren't
Yes,
the same.
yes, they had the names,
Yes.
but they didn't have the recipes. So the names are same, but the recipes are slightly different.
yes. So
Yeah,
what
it
you
really
want
works.
is flavorcraver.co.uk.
That's the one.
Paul, take note. Even if it's a replay, take note. He ordered from the wrong one.
You all right, Steve? Cloudchucker says he's at Hammer of God 200 arrived yesterday. I love it. It's blue splatter one. Very
Yeah, I
nice.
was looking at
Nice.
those. Get a good deal on them, and I thought about it.
Well, you need
I want
to.
the XL.
Right, so you need to, because I don't know if you're in the know, they are no longer,
Yeah.
they are going under. They have ceased to exist. Is Vapor's Cloud and what's the other one we talked about on Sunday? I kept saying it was.
I can't think of the name, Benny. It's I'm drawing a blank. I know it too.
So it's anyway, there's two that's gone. There's two that's going under.
Yeah.
So if you do like the Hammer God and things like that, get them now because they're not going to be around.
Is the Hammer of God 200 the regulated one?
Yes, it's regulated. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice actually. If you look
dual
on
battery.
Sunday, if you do want it, 69 quid I found it for.
Nice.
If anybody's fancying one, I haven't seen some. I tell you who's bringing. I don't know if you follow. I follow Vaping on X, and they've got Ultrona. They own Ultrona, the Vaping, and they are putting some Suicide. Cheers, Anki. Suicide is
Suicide
the other
mods?
one.
Oh,
Yeah, Suicide mods. They're going as well.
That sucks.
Yeah, so they're both going. Yeah, so Ultrona have started bringing some stuff out, Stablewood stuff with Vapor. So.
I still have
Vapor's
yet to
Cloud
get
isn't closing, but I was
Stabwood.
informed, mate. All right, Cloudchucker's saying that they're not closing at Vapor's Cloud. So I don't know where that's come from.
Well, there's
We were told it was.
yeah, that's a
I was told it was.
it's complicated what's going on over there is what I was told. So
Yeah, the new Ambitions mods, Reverbery. Yeah, it does look new, nice as
Reverie?
the new Ambition one. But yeah, so I've been seeing popping up Ultrona stuff, which hasn't been around for a while. Voltrove are going, aren't they? Voltrove.
Are they?
They're having a big. Yeah, they're going on the 22nd of August, I think it is. They're having a massive sale. And what's not salt is going to go to Royal Vape. What's left over then is going in the bin.
it's
So
okay.
if you-
It's okay, Benny, because I already got an
Yeah.
eye on what one of the hogs I want. It's a Hog XL. It's in Australia and it's purple.
Yeah, because Royal Vape are the official UK distributor, aren't they?
Yes.
Or are they?
Yes, so
or are they the official European? Is it
might
just
be
UK?
Yeah, no, because Royal Vape is in Isle of Man, I think it is.
Yeah, it's either Isle of Man or Isle of Wight.
Man, Isle of Wight. I think it's Isle of Man because they're not on the UK things,
Yeah.
are they?
Yeah.
So they don't come under UK jurisdiction. It's their own country in it, basically.
Yeah.
It's just a territory of UK. So
So Tim, since he wants the chocolate starfish so bad, and you want his hog XL so bad, just do a swap. I'll send him his chocolate starfish. He can send you the mod. Boom, done.
You have to send him his chocolate star. You know how wrong that sounds?
Yeah, but do you know, it does really sound a bit wrong that he's wanting your... yeah.
That he
What's
wants
ordered
his
one?
chocolate starfish back, or for the first time, and taste it. He wants to taste his chocolate starfish. That's even worse.
Fair enough.
Which she's. Hey, guess what? It's not in the
Oh,
other room.
my
It's right here.
chocolate
Ha ha
starfish
ha.
again.
Right. So, you all right, Anki?
I'm all blurred out. There he goes.
Hi, Hanky.
Oh,
Yeah,
blurred again.
Neil Pitt says, I seen the release the Stabwood Pixel. Well, it's not called a Pixel now, is it? Because they had to change it because they got into trouble. Because there's already a Pixel out, so they can't call it the Pixel. They had to change its name.
I was going to say spelt with the white. Done.
Yeah, yeah. Brian picked up a Vapors Cloud Ascent. It's a good deal directly from them. Yeah, it's good to look on their website because they do sales every now and again. Do you know what I mean? So you do get them flashing up with sales.
Yeah,
especially Black Friday. Fucking hell, they do, like cheap as chips Black Friday.
Yeah, I picked up a nice Vapors Cloud mech mod from them.
Yeah.
Tube mech for like
Yeah.
15 quid.
Yeah. I got the Pixel because I didn't buy it. Everybody was buying it at October Expo, and I think they were paying 60 quid for it, something like that. I paid 50 quid for it at Black Friday sale. Yeah, yeah. Martin's saying he will vape the hot dog flavoured water on the chocolate starfish. Yeah, he got 2 Regenesis, which we found was a really good deal on Regenesis on the Genesis RDAs.
Great.
So, has anybody been mixing out? What did you say you found an old? Because we were going through recipes the other day. Liam's had a look, and he's got a recipe that's still being commented on now.
I only noticed because I had email come through to say that somebody had commented on it. Literally like 2-3 days ago. So, you know, I was surprised that people are still looking and finding and mixing some of my older recipes. Yeah, this one is from a few years ago.
So you're going to bring it up and let's have a look and see what the comment want.
Yeah, so...
we'll go through that then, John. He wants a nice banana toffee one. We'll have a look at that. We'll have a play around with you in a minute.
Share screen on this. So this was creamy custard base from 2019. So 6 years ago. Well, almost. So it's 2% TFA Bavarian cream, which I feel, as well as adding that, the reason I put it in, as well as adding that nice silky cream, it also adds a really subtle caramel note.
Well, Bavarian cream is quite an heavy cream, isn't it? It's an heavy, what people class as an heavy cream rather than a light cream. It's more of a heavier cream.
Yeah, the TFA one seems to have a very, seems to have a stronger, subtle caramel notes than a lot of the others do, which I feel goes really well in custards. 3% FA custard premium, 2.5% cap French vanilla, and 4% of cap vanilla custard.
What were the cotton candy for then? Just to smooth it out a little bit.
Yeah, I went a lot of the custards I was making back then. I was using EMing just to smooth it all and blend it all together.
Blend it a little bit, yeah.
So you didn't get any separation or anything like that. Now this was made as a base for you to throw fruits and stuff like that in. It seems to work with the vast majority of ones that I tried. You could even throw flavors like banana and toffee and stuff into it as well, get a banana toffee custard. But if you're going to be putting strawberry or anything like that in, I'd suggest to drop the TFA cotton candy.
Yes.
And swap it for Wonder Flavors gooey marshmallow.
Yes.
Because the EM will end up muting your strawberry eventually. Yeah. Whereas if you swap it for the gooey marshmallow, the gooey marshmallow will add more to the creaminess and to that mouthfeel. It'll thicken it up. But yeah, so I mean, I got quite a few. I had quite a few comments on this, and then all of a sudden I had a comment asking if it's sub custard premium for regular FA custard.
Yeah.
Now, someone has kindly answered that question for me.
Yeah.
But having a read through my note, through the comments, I actually had somebody ask that not long after I made it, and
Right.
I answered exactly the same way. Yes, you can, but you're just going to end up with a lemon custard as opposed to the FA custard premium. The FA custard premium is also a lot richer as well. But yeah, so the Wonder Flavour strawberry gummy candy at 3% and Vape Train glazed strawberry at 2% for a nice strawberry custard.
Would you change anything now with different recipes, or would you keep it? Would you, like, improve it now? Could you think you could improve that by doing something?
No, I think that that would be exactly how I would make it now if I was to come up with a recipe like this. Now, the only thing I would potentially swap is that cotton candy, that EM. I would swap it for the Wonder Flavors gooey marshmallow.
Yeah.
Because I found that that did pretty much the same sort of thing that I was using the M for, but also gives you a thicker mouthfeel.
Yeah, and I still
And-
get that cooked sugar
and-
note through even the custards. So if you're
Yeah.
sensitive to that, the gooey marshmallow would be a better choice.
And it's not going to mute your fruits either, especially your strawberries.
Neil's asking, does the cotton candy give it the sweetness too?
It gives a tiny bit of sweetness, but if you're used to super sweet, it's not going to give even the level of 0.5% super sweet. It won't give that sweetness to it. It was mainly used as it was mainly used for blending all the flavors together.
Well, I did something over there when I was talking with Graham. I went on Chat GTP and asked it, like I do sometimes, can you do me a little recipe? And I asked it to do, we went through it, so I asked it to do a strawberry kiwi. And now because now it's sort of changed a little bit. It does it like it'll give you things. So I told it to go to use ELR, Vaping Community, and all the flavours and pick the best ones. So it gave me a stone for strawberry. So I said, right, can you create a strawberry kiwi e-liquid recipe using only the most used concentrates from ELR, all the flavours, and Vape Community calculator? Make the e-liquid recipe layered. So it came out with total flavouring 12%, and it went with a strawberry layer, bright candied and ripe blend. Strawberry ripe at 3.5, sweet strawberry cap at 2%, and red touch FA at 1%. This combo gives you a layered strawberry flavour, ripe strawberry base, TPA, juicy sweet top note, a cap, and a slight natural tone from the FA.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that working, but the FA Red Touch, I don't know whether it would even be strong enough at 1% to even give that, because it's a nice strawberry.
Well, a lot of people used to use it at one time, didn't they? FA Red Touch.
Yeah.
I could never find a place where it fit in my recipes, to be honest with you. But
yeah, if I remember rightly, when people were using it, though, they were pushing it up a bit higher because it gets stomped on quite easily. So I think that would probably get that would get hidden by the TFA and the cap.
I think it's just to put a slight, because it's saying a slight natural tone to it. I just think it's there as a GPT. Why? What did I say? It's not GTP. Oh, GPT, not GTP. And it's then as the kiwi, it's a realistic and slightly tart. It went with kiwi double at 2.5 and kiwi FA at 1%. And to bridge it, like, this is what it went with for bridging it. Talking about marshmallow, it went with marshmallow FA at 0.75%. Adds body and a slight fluffiness.
That's interesting.
Yeah, option. For complex advance, you could put lime Tahiti FA at 0.3. Add sparkle and acidic brightness balance. WS23 at 0.5 for cooling without menthol.
That's exactly what I was saying a couple of shows back with the lime, adding a touch of lime to your kiwis.
Yeah, yeah. So it's quite good how it's, do you know what I mean? You can ask it to do things like that. But it give me the full recipe and all amounts, mLs to put in, percentages, when I asked it for doing salts. So it is getting, and it could give me an ELR formatted recipe QR code.
Yeah, I mean the ones you got there, Benny, even though you were asking the simple things, it's definitely a starting point, and it's better than it was
Yes,
coming up with.
that's what I'm saying. When we was asking it before, I was it's actually started now to look at what people are doing and where people is going to. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's quite interesting if you are getting into it as a start of where people are, because obviously taking bits from best thing in it.
Just out of interest, I wonder what the EL median and the ATF medians are for those flavors. Because I'm wondering whether it's taking the medians from the sites and then whittling it down that way to work out what flavors to use and the actual percentages.
Yeah.
So I wonder how far off the medians those are going to be.
Kaiser's wanted to know, can someone tell me Bunny's shop? You're on about which bunny?
I'm assuming Vapor Bunny.
Vapor Bunny is what's it called? Anki, what's Bunny's shop called? Martin's saying, Benny, this is what I mean about AI has a missing fundamental no taste buds. It's based on data driven, not taste. It's like sports stats versus the eye test. Yeah, it is, but it gives you somewhere to start, doesn't it? It gives you somewhere to actually physically start and have a look, to play with them flavours.
That it can't, Hanky.
Yeah, no, the thing is, it's something that we've always been saying, though, whenever we do any mixing on this show. Well, I know it's not very often we do now, but whenever we've done any mixing or anything like that, or trying to advise people on what flavours to use, the one thing we always do is look at the median of the flavours and then decide from the median. So you can do data-driven recipes.
Yes.
Because you're relying on the taste buds of every single one of those users that have used that flavour.
Yeah.
And
Vapor
data
Brew, that's
from
it,
way back
guys.
when.
Vapor Brew, if you want in Bunny soup. Free Rider, you all right? Yeah,
Some of
is
those
a good
notes
way.
are from before the newer flavors have come and the more refined flavors have come out.
Yes, but it is a good way of sort of getting into looking at something if you're wanting a little bit of inspiration to actually get you're going to get and thing is, right, and everybody's done it, we've talked about this before, what puts a lot of people off is getting flavours and mixing them together and it's shit.
Yeah.
And it puts people off straight away. This is sort of taking that guesswork out of it a little bit. That you can, but you can get half a star where it's going to be taste of summer in it. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just going in L11 and putting 5% fucking strawberry in and thinking that I'm going to get a strawberry flavour out of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if it gives you a solid start to the mix in a jumping off point, where you think this tastes okay, but I could do with a bit more. I could do with a bit more lime, or I could do with a little bit more body to this strawberry. It gives you that starting point where you can just go, oh well, it's broken it down. So this is the top note, this is the body, this is the sort of realistic note. So I'll just bump up that cap sweet strawberry a little bit, see what happens.
Yeah.
It gives you a start point.
I just think it takes slightly bit of that guesswork out.
Yes.
That you're gonna get a recipe that you think, well, it's all right, but whereas doing it on your own, like we used to do when we first started, you taste it and think, fucking hell, this is shit.
Yeah, because you just go, I do really like strawberry. I really like TFA ripe strawberry, so I'll put that in at 6%.
Yeah.
Because I want that to be the main note.
Yes.
Then I like the sweetness from the cap strawberry, so I'll chuck that in at 7%. And before you know it, you've overloaded your taste buds with strawberry and just tipped it down the sink. because you can't really taste anything.
I'm
Yeah.
not tasting any strawberry. I should throw in some strawberry gummy candy at 10%. There we go. We're
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. And you said, so it sort of gives you that. Like, I understand
Yeah.
what Martin's saying. Even the most experienced mixers still make bin juice. We do because we've got past. You've gone on this way. You're experimenting now with flavors. But if you first come into it, you know, if you just first come in, you're not doing
Benny. This has got so many. This is 2 years in the making.
That's what I'm saying.
So many bad attempts.
And then one day you'll put something in and go, fuck.
One day I had an alchemist thought, like, would that work? Holy shit, it worked.
Yeah,
and then I
that's
tried.
it.
Then I tried variations of changing it up. First one was the best. The alchemist thought was all I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where the experience gets you. But to get to that point, you have to be able to make juice that you can bake. If people are constantly just buying random flavors and just throwing them together and making bin juice all the time, after the third or fourth mix, they're just going to give up.
They just quit. Yeah.
So we had 2 recipes dropped in. If you want to have a look there, one from Neil and one from Rocky, which is for the ELR July mix, which is what would it? July
Gummy,
candy,
gummy.
wasn't it?
chewy gummy, something.
Taffy,
Yep.
yeah.
Taffy gummy,
Chewy gummy or
Just not
taffy, any of the above.
Okay, so I've got those recipes queued up. I'll do a share on those now. So this is Neil's one first, Current Aid,
Oh, current.
which is 1% Wonder Flavors Amadine, Apricot, 0.5% Flavour Hibiscus, 0.6% FA Lemon Sicily, 1.5% Wonder Flavors Red Currant Gummy Candy, 3% Wonder Flavors Summertime Lemonade, 0.5% of Cap Sweet Super Sweet, and 1.5% of Cap Sweet Currant.
Nice.
Yeah, that's going to work nicely. That red currant gummy candy is going to work lovely with the summertime lemonade, along with that lemon. The hibiscus is going to add a nice, interesting note. A lot of the time, when you use them low down, they actually thicken up the recipe as
Yes, it
opposed
does.
to
Yeah,
pouring floral, as opposed to
push it
pouring
too high and
florals in.
yeah, push it too high and you like fucking. It's
Yeah,
like
it's-
eating flowers.
Yeah, hibiscus is really good for thickening. Yeah, I think they're actually used in quite a few actual beverages, just to thicken that mouthfeel up a little bit for you. Yeah, I see that working really well. That's going to be a nice, really nice summertime baking.
What I don't
And-
get is why did Wonder Flavour call it Amardine when it's apricot? Why didn't you just call it a fucking apricot?
Because I'm wondering
Because
if that,
it's a specific type of apricot.
yes,
Yeah.
A really nice, juicy, like really ripe version of an apricot.
yeah, no, like Granny Smith or Pink Lady.
Why didn't you just call
or-
it a fucking? Why didn't you just call it juicy apricot?
Because, like Liam just said, Liam
Yeah,
just
But if you didn't
explained
know with
it.
apricot, if someone don't put it on a bottle, that
It
says
is. It's
apricot,
called apricot. It's called apricot.
Just call it fucking apricot then.
It's
Because
Amardine
it's an
apricot.
Amardine apricot.
It's a specific type of apricot.
So now we go on to Rockies, which is Peanut Gallery. So it is 2% TFA Banana Foster, 0.5% TFA Dragon Fruit, 4% TFA Marshmallow, 1% TFA Sweetener, and 1% TFA Tutti Fruities.
Tutti frutti, nice.
That's it. I still don't know what a circus peanut is, because I always assume when I see circus peanuts that it's a peanut,
It's
Yeah.
candy.
not a candy. Peanut-shaped marshmallow candy with a soft, chewy texture and an oddly distinct artificial banana flavor.
Mhm.
Very nice. And then Rocky actually goes on. The flavor is achieved through the use of an artificial banana flavor, and primarily the chemical compound isoamyl acetate. They are typically dyed bright orange and are a nostalgic candy dating back to the 1800s. Very nice. And those have both been shared by Neil and Rocky over the chat.
Very nice. Well, Graham's put in, Tim's put in, chat GPT cannot replace asking an accomplished mixer. Next put in, but it will.
Hi, Graham.
Nope. It doesn't have the cannot taste. It cannot single flavor taste. It cannot figure that out. It can't tell you what your taste buds taste. No, I disagree.
But
That-
then
I mean,
but then I can't tell you what your taste buds taste because they're your taste buds, not mine.
that is also true. But I think that human interaction, if you find someone whose taste buds complement yours, is going to be more accurate than Chat GPT will ever be.
That is very true, Martin.
And that recipe I dropped in the chat there, you don't have to go over it if you don't want, but I actually dropped that because that is the one I made for you for your birthday Saturday there, Liam.
Ah, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Go
Liam.
bring it up. Let's have a look.
I will have a look at that.
Sweet, because my hands are a little
Oh.
bit busy at the moment.
See, you know me well.
I do, and that's like a perfect base that you can actually add any fruit to go with that. That'll go with raspberry, like a peach or a mango or anything like that.
I will do a share on this one.
It's
So
a
this
recipe
is-
you can play with.
This is Happy Birthday, Liam, from the lovely Lady Liberty. So it's 2% FA Custard Premium, 1% SSA Premium Raspberry, 0.5% Cap Super Sweet, and 3% of Vinawera Yasmin Cheesecake. Very, very nice.
Oh, and I
I-
got plenty of that flavor now because I got a 6.5.
Nice.
That
Hey,
is-
and I made a cake that you can have for your birthday, but no, whatever.
that
Like
is
the one behind
exact,
me.
that is exactly in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I know, I
Right.
pay attention.
So, while we're just talking then, I've just asked it to do can you make a realistic mango tasting e-liquid recipe using both new and old flavourings from ALR, all the flavours, the Vape Community Calculate, make it layered? And it says, absolutely. Let
Done.
me build a realistic layered mango
Yes.
e-liquid recipe using flavour content from both classic old school and newer brands on ELR, Vape Community Calculator. I'll aim for a natural, juicy, sweet yet tangy mango profile. Think Alfonso mango flesh, slight green skin top notes, and a creamy full-bodied mouthfeel underneath. And it's called it Mango Gold Rush.
Nice.
I call BS.
So do you want to know what it's
I
put?
know how hard this was to make. I call BS.
So it's gone with sweet mango from Capella at 2.5.
Already out.
Mango
Already out.
from
already out.
FLV 1%. Alfonso mango from Non-Mongs or Chef's Super Concentrates 1.5. And green mango from VTA Flavour Jungle at 0.5.
It's
For mid
already a
notes,
syrupy
sweet mango juicy you can put in it from Flavour Art at 1%. Or passion fruit from FLV VTA at 0.5 to 0.75. Base notes for fullness and body lightness and creaminess, vanilla swirl 1%, coconut low, FA of FLV at 0.25, and sweet cream at TFA at 0.75. You can add in
and
super
at what
sweet
point-
at 0.2 to 5%.
I know
And
exactly
at what
why.
point of that is actually natural? At what
I-
point in that is actually natural? Not
I
one.
know. I know what it's done with that passion fruit. Now, quite a few passion fruits out there. Whilst they taste nice, they also add that unmistakable cat piss aroma. So they've gone.
Yep.
Everybody complains about a cat piss aroma from mango juice, so we're gonna put passion fruit in it.
Yeah.
The very first flavoring you put in ruined it for being natural. Sweet mango cannot go into a natural. It will destroy it. It'll turn it
No, but
into a
it's-
syrupy mango.
It's just how it's working it out. I just like how you can do that. And
They
sort
threw a
of-
cream in it. How's that natural?
Because it wants a creamy, natural bodiness. I don't know.
Then that makes sense. See? No.
It might have gone for a mango lassie.
Oh, but that isn't what you asked it for. You said
Yeah,
a
but-
natural mango.
I didn't specify if I wanted a mango or a drink, did I? I just said a natural mango.
Yeah, but as soon as you said natural mango, I put sweet mango in there. It's like, nope,
Yeah.
not sweet. Sweet mango syrup.
Yeah, Neil says, what I like about mixing is discovering how the flavours work together or don't work together and surprise of how some flavours mixed together create something new.
Yes, I think that's. I know that's what kickstarted me on this on this mixing journey. It's probably kickstarted a lot of the other mixes as well. But it's like being able to make yourself whatever flavor you want.
Yes,
You're
it
not.
is. You've got to be able to tinker.
And
You've
whatever
got to
you
like
like-
tinkering, haven't you? You've got to
Yeah.
be able to tinker about with stuff. That's the thing.
And it doesn't matter who else likes it. If you like it, it's a win.
Yes.
Yeah, but
That's
what
all
I-
that
like I
matters.
say,
And you might
it-
not like it later on as in your mixing journey, but
Yep.
at the time, it was your ADV.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It is, but like I say, with things like this, like we're going on there and asking different things and going on, like the chat GPT and things like that, and playing around. It gives people who wouldn't even think about it a chance to have a look and do it. Do you know what I mean? And it does
Yes.
take a little bit of, because it does take time to actually, you're not going to go on there and get like we just see, it's not going to give you the best recipe in the world and you're going to be able to sell it for thousands.
Still doesn't
But-
sound like it'll taste bad though.
No, but
Sounds like it
that's
tastes
what I'm
good.
saying. It'll taste all right. Do you know what I mean? Like Graham's putting in mango guava rose, mango Turkish tobacco, and cardamom. Brian says, I pulled off 2 recipes using AI, and they're perfect.
Mango blunt wrap. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got one over there.
So we did have a question from JVJ was asking for a banana toffee earlier on. I think
Yeah,
a
was
banana-
it-
Yeah,
was it-
a
was
nice
it just-
banana toffee. A nice banana toffee, please, peeps.
Okay, so my go-to for toffee, I don't even know if you can still get it anymore though. It would be Impact Flavors English toffee. Well, Vape Train. I don't know if
a
they
nice
still do
flavor.
that flavor. For me, that was
I believe
hands
so.
down. For me, that was hands down the best toffee I have ever tasted.
What that impact flavors? What?
Impact Flavors English
Checking
toffee.
DIY Canada. Because DIY Canada carries most of them. So I'm checking. Yeah, English toffee is a delicious flavor.
Yeah, for me, that was hands down the best vape representation of toffee I've tasted.
Uh,
I
Banoffee. Yep, they still have it. It's in stock in DIY
nice.
Canada.
So-
I'm just looking at Flavour Craver at the moment. Looks like
I
they've got quite
put
a lot of impact flavours on there.
I'd put a little bit of in that. I'd also put just a little bit of caramel, just to add some FA caramel or your favorite caramel, just to add that little bit of depth to it. It doesn't really need it, but just to add a little bit of depth and complexity. The banana is a tough one because the vast majority of them out there taste like artificial banana, basically, like candy bananas. So it depends on whether you want a candy banana or whether you want a more realistic banana. So whether you're going for
Got it there.
a banana drizzled in toffee dessert or whether you're actually going for a banana toffee sweet or candy.
That's interesting, but that is very common. Some people that don't like certain fruits or or even custards in real life, they try them here. Lando, totally against real custards, has found that he actually likes certain types of custard liquids.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it from Noms. English
Noms has
Toffee
it too?
VTA. They've got it, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's where I got it
Yeah.
last, but I was also checking DIY Canada because I know they carry more of the line just to see if it's still in stock. It is.
Birdie, what is it still got VTA at Noms and Impact Flavours have got at Flavour Craver.
Yeah, Noms and DIY Canada both have it. Birdie.
Brian, English toffee and chocolate. So I think you might be able to do that with 3 flavors. So
Yeah, English toffee is pretty good by itself.
Impact Flavors English toffee. And then for the chocolate, TFA double chocolate. Now, bear with me, I might have lost you at that, but TFA double chocolate with some FA fresh
Oh, nice.
cream.
Rocky.
FA fresh cream or FA milk just to cream it up a little bit. It works. It takes out that dryness that double chocolate has.
Mike says, anyone remember? And I think he got a bit carried away when he started. I think he hit every key that he could think of on his keyboard. Anyone remember toffee bars? I think it's supposed to say McTavish.
It's
Macintosh.
Macintosh.
Yeah, Highland toffee bars. Yes, I do remember Island toffee bars.
But I can tell you this, even if I did know what they were originally, I would not remember them by that description. Because I'm pretty sure I've never seen that before.
Because he used to have a what is it? Didn't it? What they call them, Highland cows with horns, big shaggy thing. Didn't it on front of it?
Oh, you talked about that before.
Yeah.
We never had it.
Yeah. So what about the banana? What banana are you throwing in there?
Well, it depends on if he wants a realistic banana. Like I said, whether he wants an actual banana drizzled with toffee or covered in toffee, or whether he wants more of a candied sweet banana.
Candied sweet banana is easy.
Yeah, because I mean, the realistic banana is difficult because the best one that I found for a realistic banana was the Mollenberry soft banana. Now, I don't know whether that's migrated across to SSA or whether you still get the original Mollenberry.
It did.
And
yes, it did.
With it migrated across to SSA, did it remain the same formula or was it changed?
Yes, same formula. It's just SSA MB is the only difference. It's got MB next to it in brackets.
Yeah,
and Mollenberry soft banana is good, and Noms, the Noms bananas, good.
Yeah. So the Mollenberry soft banana, though, for me was more of
Oh,
I don't know how it come across like this, but it was more of a mashed banana to me, as opposed to eating a fresh banana. I don't know how it come across like that to me on my taste buds because it isn't really a lot of difference between them.
Banana puree, that's...
But the one that flavors banana puree is nice, but it's more of a sweetened banana syrup.
And it's got a little spice note to it. It's like a spice note.
Yeah,
it's good in bakeries. I like it in bakeries, but I don't really like it outside of bakeries that much.
Yeah. Dale said never tried a banana vape. See, I haven't. It always tasted like banana sweets.
Yeah, I think that's. I don't know whether a lot of the time whether that was what they were going for.
You know, it were the foam bananas, wasn't it? You always with foam bananas that it tasted. Never tasted like banana.
You can get kind of a foam banana out of that's what the kind of candied they have in the Noms candied one. Yeah. It's not like your typical hard runty banana. It's like that, like a foam banana.
Like a foam banana,
The other way you could go, you could have a banana and
banana custard.
Yeah, banana and toffee custard.
So banana custard from VTA.
Well, no, you use the VTA one, and it actually is just a creamy. It's not really custard; it's more of a cream.
But you could use that VTA. That's what Rookie's your banana custard VTA, banana flambe SA is my favorite combo.
But what you can also
Rocky,
do.
have you tried the Noms SC banana flambe? Because it's better than the SA by a touch.
The other thing you can do with the banana custard is the Vape Train banana custard.
By a touch.
With the Vape Train creamy custard, because the creamy custard has a banana off note. And that banana off note.
Because that's shit.
No, that's horrible. But the creamy custard has a banana off note, which works really well to actually bolster up that banana in their banana custard.
Yeah, like I say, don't use warm custard because that is absolute shit. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. I thought it was going to be like a warm, creamy, maybe a bit of cinnamon on top, sort of an old school sort of custardy thing, and it's not. It just fucking tastes weird.
Rocky, try it. It's got a little bit better. The boozy note in it is a little bit more authentic. That's the big difference.
If you're going for a candy banana, then the Wonder Flavors banana puree should work really well with the toffee because it's got, like I said, it's more like a sweet syrupy banana.
Yeah.
So that would work quite well.
And that spice note would be covered by the toffee some, so you might
see. I don't get any spice note from the banana puree at all.
Get a little bite.
And you could also go the LA banana cream route.
LA is quite banana.
This one.
Quite nice. Yeah. Quite
Yeah.
a nice
Yeah,
banana.
a small bottle right there.
But
Yeah.
but you would get more of a candy cream
Yep.
with
Yes.
toffee.
And
So
if
I
you're
hope
just
that
going for
helps.
candy banana, like there's so many flavors out there. Banana, most of them are candied.
Well, most of them,
Yeah.
Caps banana, TFA's banana,
TFA banana,
yeah,
like Flavor West banana, same thing. They're all
Yeah.
candied.
yeah. They're not a real banana.
But if you want like that, like almost like candied banana, like you get in some of your puddings, you can kind of get that kind of feel from them pretty easily with the toffee.
Yeah.
And they're usually very bright candies, so that actually kind of works well with that English toffee.
So yeah, I hope that helps. I hope that.
But I would
points you in
use
the right
I would
direction.
use a banana custard myself because it's just like it's not really truly a custard. It's just kind of like a nice banana cream in it with a toffee. You almost got right there those two.
Has anybody tried mixing a banana and rum together?
Yeah, the banana flambe would go excellent with rum. If you
Yeah.
if you were using a
That-
good
well,
a
that's
good
what's-
rum.
That's what's nice about the Nam's SC one is that cooked like alcohol note the way you want it is more in there than it is in the SA. They're both good, but I think that edges out the SA just a touch.
All right, hold on, Hanky. Let me describe it for you.
Martin's saying most search for real banana, yet I don't like bananas, but I like banana foam sweets, banana yogurt, and banana milkshake, so I prefer fake banana.
Then
All
you
right.
get the SC Nam's banana candy. It's a foam banana, just is. That would actually work okay with the English toffee as well. Actually, that'd be kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Are you ready?
Tastes like
Hanky?
some kind of like going to like a fair dessert. I don't know, you guys have fairs over there or like carnivals. It'd kind of feel that way. Some kind of dessert you get there. It's really bad for you, but you can
Customer spot.
vape it rather than eat it.
So it tastes like a nice thick banana pudding that has chocolate chips folded into it and like some vanilla wafer cookies like just kind of crumbled on top like a parfait.
Nice.
That's what it tastes like.
Customer says bananas can always be used for scale. Don't know
They,
what that
they
means.
can. They can.
Ken, what you want to do is you got to get those mini bananas for the scaling. Just like Liam goes to places that have really, really small backdrops so the fish looks bigger.
Rocky's
Holds it
thrown a
far
few
away from him.
recipes in while we've been chatting. He's had a few. He's put in mango one shot. Do you want to fire that in? He's put a
Nice.
nana nut pudding, and he's also put in FLV is a candy banana.
I could see the nana nut pudding in the FLV, but I missed the yeah,
It's a bit-
mango one shot.
you
I
got
got
it?
that. Yeah. All right, hang on, let me close these other ones down.
Just while I'm on this tonight, look at that. AW root
Yeah.
beer. It's really nice. It's a really nice root beer from Home Bargains.
Just queue up all
Do you buy
these
more than
others.
one? I hope. Buy more than one. Buy like a 6-pack, or just
No,
one.
they only do two. They were on shelf just once, so I picked
Oh,
two up.
I was gonna say because if you had an extra one, remember try it vanilla ice cream. Oh god, you'll love it. Gives you that nice cream soda kind of vibe with the root beer. It's so nice.
Right,
So that's what we got. He used to have the A&W shops up here. They still have one, I think, in Vermont.
I'll do a little share now on these recipes. So we've got Rocky's Mango Mafia Pod Pod. So it's 15% Flavor Jungle Mango Mafia and 1.5% Cap Super Sweet.
Well, that's fucking nice and easy, isn't it?
Then we've got Banana Nut Pudding, which is 0.5% of TFA acetyl pyrazine, 1.5% VGA banana custard, which is now in back flavors, 1% Solabarom banana flambe, 0.5% FA custard premium, 1% Flavora Milton honey. There it is.
There
Half
it
a
is,
percent-
sneaks it in.
0.5% SSA peanut butter, 2% Vape Train pudding base, 0.5% Cap Super Sweet, and 2% Flavor Jungle Yellow
You
Cake.
can tell it's an old one for him because he's got milk and honey in it. Have you noticed his new ones don't always have
Yeah.
milk and honey in it anymore?
Yeah, I've noticed. And then we've got Ban Mallow Pine, which is 1% Flavora banana, 1% Flavora marshmallow vanilla, 1% Flavora pineapple, with 1% flavor sweetness.
Nice.
I reckon, if you were to ask
Go.
Rocky, I reckon if you were to ask Rocky, you might be able to drop that pineapple out and chuck in some toffee.
Yeah.
I
So
think that
Benny,
would
yeah,
work
they
with-
still have the AMW. The AMW shops is still here. There's still one in Middlebury, Vermont, right? They're a little bit north of us. It still exists. So you can still go and get them where you can get the A&W floats, the nice big ones.
yeah,
Oh, I'm telling you, you should wish you were here, Benny.
Brian says, get the bigger plastic bottle of AW root beer, put it in the freezer just until it gets slushy. That's perfect on a hot day. Unfortunately, I've not seen it before. This is the first time I've seen it home bargains, and that's all I can get. Do you know what I mean? But I'm definitely going to get some more of them, to be honest. They're lovely.
So, Cassie,
Yeah.
what you were just vaping,
Yeah.
and have you just mixed that up, or is it from your line, or is it something you've been playing around with for a while?
It is recently released on my line as our summer release until supplies or while supplies last, because I'm just trying to get rid of a flavor that we have an overabundance of that just sitting around collecting dust.
Nice.
But it tastes really freaking good.
So where can we get these e-liquids from?
You can send a message to LadyLibertyL85@gmail.com.
There you go,
Only
if you
in
wanna-
the States right now, though.
So if you're out in the
unfortunately.
States and you want to try some e-liquids, do go over there. And you can also get Tim's recipes as well.
Yep.
If you want to
Yeah,
buy
but
some juice.
don't ask Cassie for Tim's because she just won't give them to you. She'll just give you-
Dude, I just mixed up 4 bottles of Tim's.
Yeah, I mixed her up a whole damn
I'm
one shot.
filling orders right now.
Right, so this is over at Cassie's, this one. What flavours do you use to make a milkshake?
What would
This is-
I
yeah,
use to
you
make a
use my-
milkshake?
This is your realm,
Yeah.
is this? Because you did a milkshake base, didn't you?
Technically, that's my base.
You over.
Hold on. I'll just pull up a milkshake. Not this one, obviously, because this one's a private recipe, but.
Neil's just
I
dropped
like
a
your
recipe.
realm milkshakes, and she uses my milkshake base for everything.
I have changed it slightly over the years. All right, here we go. So this one is a peanut butter milkshake that I did a little while ago. So basically my milkshake base is cap milkshake at 2.5. If I want the maltiness, I put 0.5% of mullenberry milkshake in, but not always. I use French vanilla thick from Wonder Flavor at 1. I use the vanilla bean ice cream from Flavor West at 3. Vanilla gelato Italian Wonder Flavor at 2.5, and whipped cream SSA at 1. And that is
Okay, the
my
whipped cream SSA is an addition. Yep, that is an
Yes.
addition to my base.
and so is the mullenberry, and I changed the percentage of the cap that you use. But that's basically every milkshake I ever make will be those flavors there with whatever I'm adding to it.
So there you go. John, you'll find that over on her ELI page.
And I just dropped in my
Thank you, Hanky.
I
It
just
does
dropped in
bring
my
all the boys to the yard.
and I've just dropped in my Cocoa Mel Supreme, which
Oh.
is the type of milkshake that I always used to have as a kid, which was literally just milk and ice cream.
Yeah, so do you want, well, you can bring that
So,
up. Do you want to
so
bring...
it's milk. This one is milk, ice cream, coconut, coconut caramel, and a wafer.
Oh, there you go. Do you want to bring it up? Let everybody have a look.
Yep. Share screen. So it's 0.75% flavor jungle biscuit, 0.75% FA caramel, 1.5% Wonder Flavors caramel butter, 2.5% Wonder Flavors coconut custard, 2.5% Wonder Flavors crispy wafer, 1.5% Vape Train desiccated coconut, 1.5% FA milk, and 3.5% liquid barn vanilla ice cream. You can
That
swap
caramel
that.
butter is nice.
You can swap that liquid barn vanilla ice cream for Flavor West.
Yeah, it's
Or-
shite.
If you want it to be a little extra creamery and lay into those biscuits more, try that new Noms one because that's got a custardy like butteriness to it, and that would actually fit in that recipe excellently.
Do you want to bring Neil's up? Neil's put a recipe in as well. He's put one that he
Yep.
played, a mango.
The
Mango.
mango.
Mango up.
Yep, I'll do a share on that, which is coming on your screen right now. So we got Mango Loaf by Neil, which is 4% TFA Cantaloupe, 2% FA Mango Indian Special, 0.8% Flavour Papaya Punch, and 1% Cap Super Sweet. Nice, simple, nice and simple recipe. And that FA Mango Indian Special is a fantastic mango. It's a really nice mango.
So there you go. That's for that.
Just making sure Hanky actually gets a true thank you. Doesn't always get thank you for putting those links in there, but thank you.
Just thank you. Thank you. Have you seen him? He went to see Graham. He went to see Graham for a few days.
I missed the live thing. We slept through that. We fell asleep at exactly that time, and then I got a notification and missed it. It's like, damn it!
I missed it.
I wanted to see the karaoke.
I missed it. I didn't
why
realize.
did Graham's Facebook page go down? A Facebook post go down? Like, is there a reason for that? I'm just curious. Happened when I was at with Hanky. I noticed his picture went blank. So I was like, what happened?
Yeah, I
okay.
I wanted to see it live on YouTube on the Coopers.
I did
feed,
too.
but
Knife sleeping.
I didn't realize it was going to be so early, so I missed it.
Right, Liam. So do you want to see him? Because I've got it.
Yeah, go on.
You'll have to watch the stream though, or I can drop it into yourself.
Oh no, I did see Hanky singing. I think Hanky actually shared it himself on his Facebook page.
Right. Yeah, Graham's actually left Facebook. He has left Facebook.
I saw that he didn't have a picture anymore. I assumed that something happened. He must have taken it down. So
yes, we have got Hanky singing Rhinestone Cowboy.
I'm drinking coffee, but you don't do that. I can just imagine it. So
if you haven't seen it, I will show you after the show because I can't. It means loading it up on there and putting it on. So. Yep. But yes, if you do, if we did show it off, I did show it off on those which you didn't know I was going to do.
Oh boy!
But yes, he was singing Rhinestone Cowboy. That's what he was singing, and I couldn't find it on Cooper's. I went through about 5 of them and I couldn't find them, and then he brought it up and it was there. It showed Graham perving at the bar. So yes, so he went to Liverpool for a few days. And Graham was showing something that he was working on. Graham, can I mention this that you was working on?
Apparently I have it.
Showed me overnight.
Oops.
When we were looking at the flavour pairings, can we mention it? Or is that a secret thing that you're going to release?
Yeah, Hanky, I accidentally clicked it. Oops.
So can I mention it, Graham? Because it's really good. Or are you keeping that under wraps?
Whenever I was looking for flavour pairings, I'd just go onto Google and type in flavour pairings, and there was always a baking site.
Right,
number
so
one.
He says, yeah, I can mention it, flavour pairings. So he's gone through, he's doing a programme that you type in, so you type in, he was showing me, it's really, so you'll type in strawberry, and it'll bring you a list of flavours that pair well with strawberry, and then you can pick that one, and then add it to that, and say this, the strawberry. So I have strawberry, and then it'll have, kiwi, and it'll tell you what pairs with kiwi, and then give you a recipe at end.
Nice.
To do.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting what it was bringing up that you could pair with strawberry. Like when it was bringing up pepper, cardamom, rose. That was we on about rose and all sorts. Tobacco. Honestly, it
rose
was
is actually
really
rose is actually quite common for a mixture with strawberry in certain areas.
Yeah,
certain cuisines.
So it was quite interesting.
Pepper with strawberry. Yes. I've heard people like it. I have never tried it.
Personally. Now, does it work so that you do strawberry and then say pair with kiwi? That then when you look for a third one, it actually it'll be whatever pairs well then with strawberry and kiwi.
So he's removed the rest of it a bit, and it's just made it for pairings now. So it gives you an inspiration of what can pair with different flavours. It was really good what he came up with, what you compare. Do you know, like to just give you that little bit of an inspiration that you can think,
Like
I really
strawberry
want
and
to try
apricot
something.
would be
Yeah,
another option.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, what goes well with this? What goes well with these flavors? And it'll bring you a list of
Yeah,
what
that
goes well with them flavors.
Strawberry and rhubarb go well together.
that's how I stumbled across lavender with blueberry.
Mm.
Well, that's what he's saying. The third one pairs with the two with the
Lavender
previous
and
Yeah,
blackberry.
nice.
Lavender blackberry lemonade.
Yeah, a bit of a peach to lift the strawberry. Yeah, so
And
he said,
if
other
your
way
name,
around,
if the,
strawberry
you
lifts
have,
the peach.
and somebody we know that's of a certain name we won't mention right now, you put strawberry with everything. Remember, strawberry goes with everything, and you don't measure it. You just dump it out of a big liter bottle and just dump it in willy
Yeah,
nilly.
that
Yep.
yeah, that is a really good idea, Engine, Graham, because then you'd be able to use that and come up with pairings that people necessarily haven't done yet.
Yes. Well, that's what he was. That's what he was putting up
Yeah.
with. What wouldn't come? You know what I mean?
See,
'Cause
now
it brings
that
things,
would
yeah.
be, in my opinion, more useful than Chat GPT.
But then you
That
could,
engine.
but then to really annoy Tim, you could take those recipe pairings it's come up with, and then ask Chat GPT to
to
come up
make
with
a
a recipe for
yeah,
you.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, it was
You get a
really
whole bunch
interesting
of
what it
flavors
does.
with off notes. Got it.
And then, if it comes up with an error, it repairs itself and tries again. It was really good. It was good to
Yeah.
see what, like you say, because sometimes you do get stuck. That's another thing when you're mixing. You come up with an idea and you think, oh, this will go well, and it doesn't, and you're like, well, what am I missing? What am I missing out on this? And you look at it and think, I never even thought. Maybe if I put a bit of lemon in it, maybe if I put a bit of.
But the other
pineapple
thing,
in it.
A little
But
a little
I-
lemon with a strawberry does a lot to it. Strawberry.
the other thing I would say as well is, if you use that and you come out and say you're just doing a nice easy three recipe, so lemon, lime, strawberry, right? And the first version doesn't work. It's not because the flavor pairings don't work. It could just be that that particular strawberry you've used doesn't work.
Yes.
Try another brand.
Yeah. Neil's been working with florals, and they've been working quite well. I'm not a floral person. I don't like florals. I really don't like florals.
I played around with florals for years. They do work really, really well, but you just gotta make sure you don't push them too high.
Yeah.
And you the pairings make a huge difference.
Yes.
Like you were saying, the blueberry with lavender works well, but so does blackberry with lavender. You want a darker fruit with the lavender usually. Works really well.
Yeah.
Like VSO came up with that blackberry lavender like lemonade. Oh god, that actually that one shot's pretty damn good.
That was really good. Yep. Very, very good. All right. Need to take a break.
Yeah, so like I said,
I think I spelled lavender wrong.
with
Maybe.
flavor pairings, it might not be that pairing that's if that pairing is used in foods, if Graham releases this and you're using that, it might not be that it hasn't worked because the pairing doesn't work. It could just be that there's a slightly different chemical in that strawberry that you're trying to use. Jump to another flavor house, or then try with a different lemon, or sometimes you have to play around because you have to remember that the flavors we're using are artificial flavors. They're not the actual food.
Yeah.
That's
Martin
designed for
says
vapes. Nice.
You need 40 strawberries.
42 strawberries. Actually, Fresh03 made a recipe with 42 strawberries, and apparently it was actually pretty decent.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Parma
exactly,
violets.
Martin. Who
Eat
wants to
that
eat
almond.
Parma violets? Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Graham has just
I
said
actually
it's-
like the Parma Violet Smarty ones, the Smarty looking ones. Those weren't bad when it came over. Those weren't bad.
I like Parma violets, but
No, those are
Graham
pretty...
has just said now it's designed for vapes, so that should take out what I was just saying that you might have to swap out for a different strawberry or something.
Yeah, because food flavorings, the flavorings are a little bit more broad on what you can pair. Whereas in a food, two things you might not be able to cook or work with together in the food world, but in the flavor world, they actually complement each other. But because of the way that the food's prepared, you might not be able to actually create a real version. And that happens once in a while. You get
Yeah, he
those
says
inspirations.
It says pairing for lavender: vanilla, custard, lemon, blueberry, honey, tobacco, dark chocolate, lychee, and cactus.
Dark chocolate lavender.
And sometimes it's all being about being
That doesn't sound
brave,
bad, actually.
about being brave enough to try something. But nobody ever believes me when I tell them to put Flavora Brie into a cheesecake,
Yeah.
but it works.
Hey,
Well,
I'm
like
sure
lychee,
it's
lychee
Flavor
flavors
Brie.
get the right lychee flavors because most lychee flavors, for many people, not everyone, but most people tend to get soapiness out of that lychee
Yeah,
flavors.
I don't get soapiness from lychee, but I do get varying amounts of rose.
I get quite floral from lychee.
Yeah, so I think some people taste the floral, some people are tasting the floral as soap.
There
Oh,
may
no,
be a
no, no,
lychee
no,
flavor
no.
coming though, a lychee paired flavoring that's not just straight lychee that's coming. That actually I recommend trying if it comes when
Lavender,
it comes out.
lychee, and green
Ooh,
tea.
that one that I'm thinking of.
hmm It's
Ooh, that was
actually the best lychee we've ever
good.
had.
I've got
Yeah.
one here from Rocky now that uses a floral. So I'll do a share on that.
He's actually got a few nice floral recipes. Rocky does. Actually, I've tried.
So this is Shakira Milk Flavora.
I made that.
So
I made
it's
that.
3% Flavora Cherry Blossom, 1.2% Flavora Cream, 0.4% milk, and 0.6% sweetness. All Flavora,
Yep.
and I can see that working absolutely beautifully.
It is good. It's really good.
Yeah, Martin,
What
remembering
was the
around
one I
2018
made with the
when people made stuff like Philly cheesesteak and curry. Yeah, loads of people doing that. Just playing around. Just playing around and see what you
Tim
can
made
get.
a Spanish
That's what I'm looking for.
fried rice.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Fucking that
It
mango
tasted like
sticky
onion
rice
and
is shit.
cheese.
Don't fucking ever buy that. It's shite.
So I made a strange recipe using the I can't remember what it was now. It was one of the Wonder Flavors ones that people play with too floral. I gotta try and find it now, but
Gulab Jamun. I love that flavor.
I sent the recipe to Zippy, and Zippy absolutely loves it.
All right. Neil's put one in that he's been vaping for about 8 months straight. I just love it. That he's made.
Those are two floral ones right there.
Was it?
Those were winners.
So I don't know if you'll be able to get hold of this. If Graham's going to release it out in the wild, wild west eventually. We'll have to see. Have you got it, Liam?
I'm just looking through my recipes now to try and find it.
Well, do you want to bring these two recipes up that you've done, Tim, that you've put them into chat?
All right, yeah, I can bring them up.
While Liam's having a look.
Okay. So the color purple. This was a color series one we did, and juniper VSO at 1, juniper
Cool.
gin flavora at 1, lavender VSO at 2,
Cool.
sugar orchid flavora at 0.2, and violet VSO at 1.
Cool.
For having so many florals in it, these florals are not overpowering the natural extracted ones. They're really nice, and that sugar orchid, I just love that flavor. That works so
That's a
well in so
really
many
nice
different things.
flavor.
So what is a
It
sugar
is.
orchid?
Well, sugar orchid is actually, this one here is literally like a sugar dried orchid. That's what it's taken orchid and actually they kind of sugar it, like sugar plums. Same idea with an orchid. And then the other one is right here, Gulab Jamun custard. This is my first time trying this flavor, and I just looked up and I saw there's a recipe that you could actually try, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a go. Brown sugar cookie Wonder Flavors at 1, French vanilla thick Wonder Flavors at 1, Gulab Jamun Wonder Flavors at 2, and vanilla custard from Wonder Flavors at 2. And this was when Wonder Flavors wanted people to make recipes with just their flavors. And I made this. Oh, that was tasty. Because you get what it is it's like a rose donut. Rose water and like a donut hole kind of thing is what a Gulab Jamun is. And man, this here, I vaped right through that. By the end of the show, that was gone. The 10 mil I made with it was gone. That was good.
Yeah, that Gulab Jamun is it's an Indian sweet.
Ah,
Yep.
right.
And
It's
I would like to
very
try
nice.
the real thing.
Yeah, it is.
If it
really
tastes
nice.
anything like that flavor, I want it.
Yeah, in Benny they eat candy flowers. I've had Indian sweets. Some of them are all right. Some of them are a bit.
I don't know what a
cardamom-y
real sugar
to
order
me.
tastes like. Never had a real one, but I'm telling you, that sugar order, it makes sense. It's got that floralness, but it tastes like it's been candy sugared. It's yum. And that gulab
Rocky
jamun
says-
is like a simple syrup, rose water.
I have 20 savoury flavours up for dibs on ELR, free plus shipping. So you have to pay for shipping, but only in the US. If anybody wants them, hit Rocky up. You can have some savoury flavours. Got 20 of them. We'll be adding more soon.
So the wife finally
Okay,
made
the ones that we don't have, like
version.
101 ones, because that would be interesting. I like the occasional dabble in this.
Graham's dropped a recipe in there, and I don't know what it is.
Ah, there you are. It was orange rice milk. I'll open that up now for Graham. Okay, so I've got Graham's one here, which is Parma Violeted, which is 1.5% flavour with
Violated.
sprinkles, 0.5% of Cap Super Sweet, 0.5% of TFA Sweet Cream, and 10% Violet Candy from Vaporable. And then my strange one, I think it's one of these ones you'll either like it or you will absolutely hate it. Which is 0.75% Sullivan condensed milk, 1.5% Flavor Jungle Dodge Delish,
Oh my god!
3% Wonder Flavors Lemon Orange Rice Candy, 0.5% Flavora Marshmallow Vanilla, 1.25% FA Milk, and 3% FE Sweet Rice. It was your sweet rice
Rocky.
comment that reminded me about it, Benny.
Well,
Rocky
that
should
mango
kill me for
sticky
touching-
rice
trying half
that
of those.
that won the what is DIY die contest about 3 years ago is fucking shit. Don't
See,
bother.
I also use that FE sweet rice in the rice pudding recipe.
Yeah.
I like
that
the
mango
what is
sticky
what is
rice
the
is
vape train
awful.
rice? The Thai or whatever. Their rice
Yeah,
holds up better. I like it better.
Thai sticky rice, I think it was.
Yeah, I like that one better.
Yeah, if you want to see that, just have a
Okay,
look
so
at
the
DIY
first
die
lot.
contest.
Here's the first lot from Rocky. It's got bacon, barbecue, basil, cheddar cheese, chili, fried
Sour.
chicken, garlic, ketchup, onion
Fried
times two,
chicken.
sage, salsa, sriracha, teriyaki, wasabi, tamarind, Parmesan cheese, mashed potato, pickle, and mustard. Hey,
Nice.
Cassie, if I get those, can I vape them all in the house?
No, absolutely freaking not. You're not pulling those into this house.
All right, thanks,
Do that.
thanks, Hanky.
Yeah, thank you, Hanky.
Oh yeah,
Thank you for Cassie because she didn't thank you.
Some interesting.
I can't even
flavours
see the
there.
chat, but thank you for whatever
Yeah,
I'm
she
saying.
put your recipes.
Yeah,
your link to your recipes.
there's
Oh,
lots of
thank
weird
you.
there's lots of weird and wonderful recipes you can create. You know, you can go quite savory if
can.
you want to.
Would you want to though? Because I've tasted pizza one.
Savory for me isn't something I'd want in a vape.
No, I've had like say Les did a pizza one. It tasted a pizza, but I wouldn't want to fucking vape it. That's for sure.
Okay, the one in there that scares me the most, if I'm being honest, is sriracha. Do you really want to vape sriracha?
But see, I don't know. But I don't know whether that's going to be like sourness and stuff like that. Whether it's actually going to come across on your taste buds.
True. True. Like the pickle, if it's the one pickle, that actually very much tastes like just dill.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
just taste the dill.
English mustard I can, because if you use too much English mustard, it hits you right in the sinuses.
Yeah.
And barbecue's got me interested. Actually, that one there does have me interested.
Yeah, it's Martin's saying, imagine the smell in your house, Cassie, from Parmesan vape juice.
We've already had that in the house.
We had it.
Uh,
We were. So Tim was on the live with the Misfits on a charity stream when they had to taste test those. And I was at this end of the house and I could smell it and started swearing through the house.
swearing. It's so much you could hear it on the screen from across the house.
Fuck is that smell? Don't you ever do that in this house again. What?
Same one you vape, Benny. That same Parmesan you made.
Chicken tikka does
It,
exactly
it tasted
the same.
okay to me too, Benny, just like you did. But the room smell was
Yeah,
horrid.
it smells afterwards, and it's like, fuck, that smells.
And it doesn't go away. That
It
smells for
lingers.
days.
But again, that's some of the problem that we've got with some of our fruits and stuff like that. Is they taste absolutely fantastic,
You know, Brian,
but the
I
room
tried to
don't
get.
they leave behind.
I have been trying for years to get VSO to come up with a fish flavor, and they refuse. He refuses.
I
don't
wonder
fucking
why.
blame them. Yeah, what's vape fish?
Liam.
I wouldn't want to eat
Weirdos.
fish.
You're fucking weirdos.
Especially anchovies. That adds. You want a salty fish? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
we'll put pineapple and anchovies on a pizza and see how that turns out.
I mean, he
But,
has the
ew.
Worcestershire sauce, the W sauce, which became the
Well, what
across the
sauce, Tim?
pound sauce.
What sauce, Tim?
Worcestershire.
What is it?
Worcester. Is that how you say it? Worcester over there? Although it doesn't make any sense.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Ask
Yeah.
my brother what it's called. It's wash your sister sauce. Thank you very much.
Well, he came up with that, and that's got like a little tiny bit of fishiness to it.
Yeah,
So, I mean, he kind of pushed it a little bit already. Why not just
Yeah,
push a little farther and make
it
it real
is.
fish?
Yeah, it's fermented anchovies.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I did see today that we've got to ask
So yes,
American.
Brian, we can replicate anchovies. It's the ATP sauce from.
I've seen today.
Yes, sir.
Apparently, they don't know what it is. A bottle of water.
Yeah,
Bottle
I
of what?
bottle of water.
A bottle of water.
How is
She went-
that hard to understand? I have one
Yeah,
right here.
Probably because you've been with English a bit too much. Like, but yeah, you
No,
went into a
what-
shop.
It does sound
what-
more like
what-
he's trying to say a bottle of Walter almost. It sounds
Yeah,
more
what-
like the water.
No, I think what they're taking the piss out of is some English people that actually drop the
Worcestershire.
teas.
Yeah, bottle of
So
water.
a bit bottle of water.
Well, no, they say bottled water, don't they? Not bottle of water. You say bottled water. They don't. They
How about
drop the
just-
of.
How about just say water?
Yeah,
Works. That works, you know. Just grab a water. Okay.
That
Fried
would make
chicken.
too much sense.
It would,
See,
yeah.
see, grab a water makes sense because you're gonna grab a bottle of water because it's a water. You're not gonna grab a water and have it just be liquid in your hand. So a water would signify either a glass or a bottle in most cases.
Well, yeah, but I might go into a shop and say, "Ben a proper Yorkshire water." Exactly, water.
Water.
You sounded Chinese, then. Water.
Yorkshire pudding has become like one of my favorite foods, though. So I gotta say, thank you, Benny.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Have you-
thank you, Benny.
have you also taken it to the sweet side with spinning it with jam and stuff like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
we have.
Yeah.
I prefer it with the jam than to do the sausage and stuff.
There's
What is it? The
Toad in the
there's a
hole.
rep-
big
Have
in
you
the
done
hole.
toad in the
Big
hole with it yet? Toad in
Toad
the
in the
hole.
hole. That's it. Yeah, we tried it. Not as big a fan as we actually prefer the sweet
They-
version.
There's a restaurant chain here called Toby Carvery, who they're known for their doing Sunday roasts. So you roast beef and veg and gravy and things. But they were also doing, I'm not sure if they still do, but they were also doing a Yorkshire pudding filled with ice cream and toffee and stuff like that.
Have you had the Yorkshire pudding wrap?
No.
Try that, Tim, next time. A Yorkshire
No.
pudding wrap.
What?
Yorkshire
No.
pudding wrap. So instead
Yeah.
of giving it, opening it up, just put your beef, a bit of sliced beef in it and that, and then make it as a wrap.
Yeah, I
As a wrap.
could go for one of them, Benny.
Isn't it going to be more almost like a Yorkshire pudding meat pie kind of thing?
Yeah,
Sort of.
Yeah.
That actually sounds good. It does sound good. And
maybe do
surprisingly
that.
low carb. Like that's a really nice low carb option for getting yourself like a breaded food.
No, it's not.
It is. It's delicious.
Right, we are coming up to that time, so we will say our goodbyes. We will start with Tim.
Okay, we have a show this weekend. It's is this weekend Seldom Never? I believe it's Seldom Never this week. Yeah, Seldom Never used flavors. So and you know those flavors you haven't used much of. Like in most people's cases, Rocky's List, if you picked it up, would be in that seldom never for most people other than Rocky, which it probably doesn't qualify. And that's what's going on this weekend. Other than that, yeah, we've already explained some of the other stuff going on, and I will pass it to. I'll throw it right to Cassie to put her on the spot.
Bye. I'll pass it to Liam.
Right,
That was
thank
so-
you everybody in chat, and especially thank you to Hanky for throwing in the links that you do every week.
Thank you, Hanky.
And I will pass you over to Benny.
Thank you very much for everybody joining us. It's been absolutely fantastic. Martin's putting yes, Benny, at Christmas, a fat Santa, a whole Christmas dinner wrapped in a Yorkshire. There you go. That's what you want. So, yeah, Ryan says, last time I made a Yorkshire pudding, I used a little grated Parmesan cheese and garlic powder in it. Good taste.
Are you trying to make Benny collapse?
Yeah. Exactly. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Much appreciated. If you have got any questions, you can email to
Mixer's mailbox at gmail.com. I was about to put it in chat. Yep.
Thank you very much. Do go over and see Tim and Cassie on a Saturday and a Tuesday and see what they're up to. You can also find us here on a Wednesday night, week in, week out. You can also go over to ALR and follow Tim, Cassie, and also Liam over on ALR. And we'll see you all again next week. Same time, same place. Good night.
Night all.
Bye.